The Pac-12. Before its split in 2024, some of the best teams in the country often came out west. This was a conference that produced 19 claimed national titles in a 100-year span. They produced some legendary teams, Pete Carroll's USC or Marcus Mariota's Oregon Ducks. But one team not synonymous with the Pac-12 is the Arizona State Sun Devils. Now, Arizona State is actually a decent football program, and it's had some competitive years, but for the most part, they spend their time towards the middle of the conference. Taking it back to the 1990s, Arizona State had very little success, often finishing around the 500 mark. In 1992, they hired head coach Bruce Snyder from Cal, who didn't really seem to resurrect the program to anything beyond being respectable. So heading into the 1996 season, expectations were not high for the Sun Devils, with them being picked by most experts to have a 5-6 record and miss out on a bowl game. Coach Snyder as well was on the hot seat, as this was now his 5th year as the team's coach. Given the expectations for the season, almost no one in the nation could have predicted what happened next. The Sun Devils had gotten off to a really nice 2-0 start, including an upset win over Washington. However, their toughest test was yet to come. Their Week 3 matchup was against none other than the Nebraska Cornhuskers, the 2-time defending national champions and current number 1 ranked team in the nation. But what happened next was something that hadn't happened in the last 40 years. I think I'll let Arizona State's defense do the talking. After one of the most dominant defensive performances of the year, Arizona State accomplished something that no team had done in the last 40 years, shutting out a number 1 opponent, winning by a final of 19-0. With number 1 Nebraska out of the way, Arizona State had a pretty clear path to the Rose Bowl. All they had to do was finish undefeated. So the question was, did Arizona State have what it took to reach the Rose Bowl? Sun Devils had done it, a perfect 11-0 record and a Rose Bowl berth. The stakes for this game were extremely high. Arizona State could have a share of the national championship with a win, as their record would fall to 12-0. Adding even more weight to this game, Florida State lost in the Sugar Bowl to the Florida Gators, which would make the Sun Devils the only undefeated team in college football if they won, making them the undisputed national champions of 1996. An absolutely brutal way to end the season. Still, despite the close loss, Arizona State accomplished a lot that season. They shut out number 1 Nebraska, won the Pac-10, finished the regular season undefeated, and were within 30 seconds of beating the Ohio State Buckeyes to become the national champions. This team had some legitimate NFL talent also, including quarterback Jake Plummer and safety Pat Tillman. Although they didn't win it all, this team still deserves recognition as one of the greatest college football teams of all time. And with the end of the Pac-12 conference this past season, I thought it would be fitting to give this team some recognition.
It's true what they say. Eventually, all good things must come to an end.
But the best part about memories is that they last a lifetime.
For one final time.